I get asked oftentimes, what is the SFMA? The SFMA is the Selective Functional Movement Assessment, and it's a system of assessment that uses basic movements, or 7 basic movements, that allows us to look at impairments in the human body with as far as how we move and function in our environment. Now, one of the reasons this came about was oftentimes when a patient comes to us with a musculoskeletal problem, we look at that problem and think, well, it hurts in this spot. And then we tend to focus, or we get very myopic, and we come in and look at just that region and treat that region, when in reality, the body works as a whole. And we can talk about this at other times when we get into stability and mobility, or looking at stability and mobility, but basically, it sort of gets us to the source and cause. Now, what I mean by source and cause is oftentimes when you look at a problem, the source of pain is the pathoanatomical dysfunction. It hurts at this particular location. We make an assumption it's that structure that's damaged, when in reality, the cause can be somewhere else. And the best example I can give you that we see oftentimes in our athletes is that they come in with low back pain, a very, very common complaint, a very common thing that all clinicians see. But when we really get going through our system of looking at movement and going through our 7 basic screens, and it gets us into more specific impairment testing, we may find that the real problem's at the hip. And if the hips don't move, more stress is going to be put on the lumbar spine. The body will always find a way to move. It'll follow the pathway of least resistance. So in this case, if the hips don't move, or there's a limited mobility occurring at the hips, that force has got to go somewhere, and the force is either going to go up and down that chain. Either we're going to get excessive movement in the lumbar spine, or quite commonly, we also may get concurrent increased stress of the knee. Either case, the complaint of pain is going to be where there's too much movement or too much force being attenuated. The hip isn't going to hurt because it's not doing anything. So again, the system that we came up with the SFMA is a simple way, an efficient way to look at movement. It's a roadmap to look at movement that will direct you to where the potential impairments are that are causing or become the source of the patient's problem.